Alright, what's up everybody? Thanks for tuning in to youtube.com/PlatinumDragon7. And today, what I'm doing is I'm going to take all these like vegetables and fruits and stuff like that and make some food for my baby. So that's the plan. So I'm going to walk you through some steps on what I do and how I do it and that kind of thing. So check it out. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is the squash and some sweet potatoes. What I'm going to do first is take these 3 sweet potatoes and peel them with this peeler here. So pretty simple, you just kind of go across it, take the peels off and flick them into the trash can. So now we got the potatoes all peeled up. The next thing I'm going to do is to cut them up with this big knife in shapes that are similar to like steak fries. So I basically cut them into 4 parts and then cut them into 1/2-inch strips. So you kind of want them to end up about like that, about like a steak fry. Okay, so I got all these big long wedges, but these are for my 1-year-old kid, so I'm going to cut them in half so they'll be a little bit more Jaden size. And then I'm just going to toss them in this bowl here as I go. Okay, so we got all our sweet potato pieces chopped up real nice. So what I'm going to do is take some extra virgin olive oil and just drizzle a little bit over the potato pieces. And then get in there and mix it up real good so that everything is lightly coated real nice and neat. That should about do it. Now we're going to take this baking tray here and arrange them in a nice little single layer pattern. Okay, so there's our sweet potatoes all laid out. We're just going to go ahead and set them aside for now, because we're going to get the squash ready. Squash, you just cut it right down the middle with a knife. And these particular squashes have a little bit of seeds right there, so just go ahead and spoon them out with a spoon, just like you would a pumpkin or anything like that. Okay, so now we got them spooned out real nice, looking good. I have a dish, a baking dish that has about 1/2 inch of water in it. So I'm going to take these and put them straight down into the water, like so. You see that the water kind of, they're in a little bit of a bath, so they won't dry out in the oven. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put both of these in the oven for 45 minutes. Alright, so next thing I'm going to do is make some apples. First thing you want to do is go ahead and rinse off your apples. Might be a good idea to take all the stickers off too. Kind of forgot to do that. Now this job is normally going to be easier with some kind of an apple core. I'm just going to use a knife. And the way I usually core apples is cut them down the side like this, then put them on their side, once like that, once like that, and once like that. Alright, so we got all the apples cut up real nice, so I'm just going to take and make them into little fine squares. This will be a lot easier for my kid to eat, since he don't have no teeth yet. I have all these little tiny pieces of apple now, and they're still a little bit too crispy for my son because he doesn't have all his teeth yet. So what I'm going to do is take a little bit of water and this little steamer basket, which you put inside this pan. I'm going to go ahead and heat this up on high.
Once that gets to a boil, I'm going to steam these apple chunks in there. Probably going to halve this and do half now and then half in a minute. But I'll steam them all for 8 minutes with this lid on, and they'll get real nice and tender. Everything that we've been cooking, the sweet potatoes, the squash, and the apples are all done pretty much at the same time. The squash is super hot right now, so we're not going to do anything with that yet. We're just going to let it chill out there for a minute. Sweet potato is still very hot. So what we're going to do right now is get some of these little cups and go ahead and put the apples in little square containers like this. So I went ahead and put my wife to work, and she went ahead and filled the containers up there. And so next step we're going to do is we got to do something with these sweet potatoes. Now what you should do is freeze all of them on the tray and then bag them up so they're easy to portion out. And the squash is a little bit cooler now, so we're just going to spoon that out into containers. Alright, so far what we have is we have little containers of squash, we have little containers of apple, and we have sweet potato fries that are going to be frozen and bagged up. I'm not going to make the rest of the fruit right now. I'm going to save that for another night, and then I'll show you what I come up with.